Alright, buckle up folks. We're diving deep into the human psyche. These 7 psychological tricks are so powerful, they've been banned or hidden from the public. You're watching Twisted Cortex Forbidden Series Episode 1, and this might just change how you see the world. Prepare to have your mind blown because once you know these secrets, you can't unknow them. First up, we've got the mirror technique. It's all about subtly copying the other person, their posture, gestures, even their breathing rhythm. You become their reflection, and it taps into something primal in our brains. Spies, negotiators, and con artists use this to build instant rapport. It's incredibly disarming, and that's where the danger lies. You're not trusting the real person. You're trusting the carefully constructed illusion they're projecting. Imagine law enforcement using this to build false trust with a suspect. The potential for manipulation is just too high. It's a powerful tool for understanding and empathy when used ethically, but when it's deployed as a tactic, it's a straight-up mind hack. Next on the list is subliminal messaging. We're talking about words, images, or symbols flashed at you for just milliseconds, so fast that your conscious mind doesn't even register them. Your subconscious brain sees them and can influence your thoughts, desires, and decisions. This was a very real thing in advertising back in the day. The ethical alarms on this one went off loud and clear, and it got banned in many forms of media. But the question remains, has it just gone deeper underground, used in more subtle, harder-to-detect ways? Let's talk about the foot-in-the-door hack. It's a classic sales tactic that plays on our natural desire to be consistent. Someone starts by asking you for something really small, a tiny favor. That first yes is the hook. Then, they come back with a slightly bigger request and then maybe an even bigger one. Each small agreement makes it harder to refuse the next, larger one. It's a gradual escalation of commitment, and before you know it, you've agreed to something you would have flat out refused if they'd asked for it up front. It's a powerful tool for persuasion, but also a dangerous one for exploitation. The illusory truth effect is something we see playing out all around us. Repeat a lie often enough, and the human brain starts to accept it as true. The sheer repetition bypasses our critical faculties. Familiarity often gets mistaken for accuracy. Even if people are initially skeptical, the constant exposure wears down resistance. This is so potent and dangerous for societal stability that its use in political propaganda has been outright banned in several countries. The scary part is, even when you're aware of the illusory truth effect, it can still be hard to resist. Let's get into anchoring bias. The first piece of information you receive heavily influences subsequent judgments. If someone wants to sell you something, they might first mention a ridiculously high number. That number becomes the anchor. Then, when they present their actual offer, it suddenly seems like a fantastic deal. It's a subtle but incredibly powerful way to influence financial decisions, often without the target even realizing they're being played. Now, this one is dark. We're talking about learned helplessness. After experiencing repeated adverse situations beyond their control, a person stops trying to escape or change the situation. They've been conditioned to believe that they are powerless. This wasn't just a physical giving up, it was a psychological surrender. The implications for humans are profound, especially in psychological warfare or abusive relationships. It's about creating a mindset of defeat, making people passive and compliant by convincing them that resistance is futile. Finally, we arrive at gaslighting. Gaslighting is a sophisticated form of manipulation where an abuser systematically denies their victim's reality. The gaslighter will deny things they said or did, even with evidence to the contrary. It's emotional abuse at a deeply psychological level, designed to make the victim dependent on the abuser for their sense of reality. This is so profoundly damaging that it's now recognized as a serious form of abuse. It's a tactic that aims to isolate and control by destroying a person's most fundamental tool for navigating the world, their own judgment. So, there you have it. 7 psychological tricks that are as fascinating as they are terrifying. Understanding them isn't about learning to manipulate others. It's about recognizing when you might be manipulated. The key is awareness. Recognizing the pattern is the first step to disarming it. This is just the beginning of our journey into the forbidden corners of the mind. Which one shocked you the most? Comment below. And don't forget, episode 2 drops tomorrow. Subscribe to Twisted Cortex and stay sharp. You don't want to miss what's coming next.